For Yale now that you've had a few days since the bracket came out, what are the main things that jump off the page about this team?
About our team or the other team?
About Yale's team. We know about your team.
Very well coached group. They aren't terribly complicated. I think they do what they do, and they do it well. One of the best attackmen in the country. Number 2, I think he's kind of their motor for them. Number 5 in the midfield is one of the best middies we've seen all year long. They're playing different defenses. They play 2 different zones and a man-to-man defense. Pretty high efficiency rate in their clearing and not bad in their riding. So it just shows that it's a well-coached group.
Ben Reeves, you mentioned him. He was just named a Tewaaraton finalist for the 2nd straight year earlier today. When you look at his game, what stands out in the matchup you expect with Scott Furman?
Well, I think that he's a strong lefty. He will go to his right. We've seen him score right-handed. We've seen him feed the ball right-handed. They do some picking for him, and he's a big kid. He's at least 6'2". He comes around left-handed. He gets to stick up high. Makes it difficult for goalies to see it when you're that tall and you shoot overhand. It's a different level that the shot's coming at. And again, they pick for him to scrape his defenseman off, and he's very dangerous, and he sees the field very well. Gaudet, number 44, is a good inside player, so he looks to him quite a bit. We're just a well-rounded attackman with good size and good athletic ability.
After all these one-goal games you've had this year and all these close games, how well prepared has that made your team for this week?
Well, I feel it has. The fact that we've been in so many tight games and be able to win so many tight games has been good for us. But you can't forget about Yale either. They've won their last 4 by 1 goal, I think it is, and coming off of Ivy League champs. So they've been tested in that area too.
Curious about Reeves. He's a kid out of the Rochester area. I know you initially committed to Hobart. Was he on the radar at all at high school for SU?
Didn't really know about him. I probably have to check with Coach Rogers, who's our recruiting coordinator. Maybe we knew of him, but for whatever reason, I know he ended up at Yale.
Yeah.
You mentioned how physical and tall and strong he is. Is that something that you think you put Bob Barry more toward him, or are you relying on Scott?
No, we'll go with Scott. He's covered the best attackman. All year long, and we're prepared for his picking, and I think Scott knows who he is.
Coach, you guys haven't made a Final Four run since 2013. What's been the reason behind the struggles in the tournament recently?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of the teams we've had. I thought we could have done a little bit more in 2014. I think it's just the level of competition everywhere. You look at I look at the field this year. It was in 2013 we played Yale in the Final Four, and now we're playing them in the first round. So I think it's everybody's good, and you got to be ready to play.
Coach, when you played Yale in 2013, do you think that could help carry something to this year's matchup?
For Yale or for us?
For you guys.
No, everybody's pretty much gone, and I don't even have. I know it was a very tight game, and we came out on top to get into the championship game, but I don't think it has much to do with it.
When you look back at Jordan's career overall, I guess, what are some of the things that stand out, and how would you just describe it?
Well, I think the way he's playing lately, kind of stand out for me. I thought, Colgate was okay with the previous 2 games. I thought that he maybe was a big difference in the games that we played. He got other people involved with assists, got some scoring, got some dodges for goals. So I think he's playing his best lacrosse right now.
I know that earlier in his career he played a little bit in the midfield. I guess how hard is that adjustment, to make it now the later stages of playing attack?
Well, I think at Jamesville DeWitt High School he did both. He played midfield and attack. There were times where we used him at short stick defensive midi early in his career. So I think few people remember that. So it's just been, I think, a gradual increase in his playing time and his ability on the field, getting comfortable in the attack position.
John, can we see a little Danny Varello, even if it's just spots here and there, to kind of mix things up?
Well, I hope not, because that means that Ben is winning at a high success, but it's possible. He's been doing a nice job this year when the times that he's got in.
Do you think this is a Final Four team right now, just looking at you guys?
I think we can be. I think that we need to play 60 minutes. I think that's been our goal for the last couple of weeks, and we've talked about it this week, and we just need our guys to make good decisions on the field. We can't have the number of turnovers that we had last week.